have a quick meeting with him.
Yeah, I agree, and I was just saying to him, so I'm gonna reach out to that. I don't know, I'm reaching out to them today, and being like, where are we?
Okay.
Exactly, where is the rest of them?
Who's not here?
Ralph isn't gonna be here all day.
Tim.
What that, is he okay?
Empty seat today. One seat.
You're not a backbench. Good morning. I now call to order the Thursday, April 3rd Physical Resources Committee to order. I trust that you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of March 6th. If so,
Mr. Chairman, in lieu of the fact that Commissioner Tillison isn't here, I'll appoint myself to the committee for the day.
thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
I trust that you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of March 6th. I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Van Doren. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Well, same sign. We've approved the minutes of March 6th. We now have finance reports.
You will find the finance reports in your packet, and you will see that you have a few more than normal due to the quarterly essentially review. Starting with the capital fund of building and site division, you will see we've had movement in a couple of the projects, the Verigy lighting project, as well as the emergency operation restructure. And if you were part of criminal justice, you would have heard that should be complete by the end of the month. So you'll see the current year appropriation is 113,000. With remaining budget appropriations of 340,000, almost 341,000. So the balance for future projects is just over $1.6 million. Moving on to the capital fund of Marie Spear Campus Division, you will see that you have the insurance claim, the roof leak that took place in January. We will still have expenditures coming in from that and then reimbursements from MMRMA. Again, sans the 1,000, can't think of the word. The $1,000 deductible. Forgive me, could not think of that word there for a minute. The next project you will see is the juvenile justice infrastructure project. And if you recall, that essentially is the renovation of the hydrant infrastructure of current or existing detention. And you will see down further on your paper that your $5,000 we transferred in from contingency of the capital fund with the remaining reimbursement from the MDHHS grant in the amount of $1.3 million. Balance available for future projects is $117,804. Moving on to the capital fund vehicle and equipment division for the building and grounds. You will see that, again, we have purchased the Kubota that was part of the capital plan for $30,850. Originally budgeted in the capital plan and approved for 2025 was a new van in the amount of $42,000. However, last month, Building and Grounds brought a 2020 Ram ProMaster van in the amount of $24,335 that better suited their needs, and they were approved to purchase that. So you'll see you have a balance for future projects of $62,295. Current year appropriations to date are $15,647, and remaining budget appropriations are just under $47,000. Moving on to the capital contingency division. You will see again the transfers out for the $50,000 for the furniture office relocation for OCH. Again, with a balance remaining of $15,472. You will also see the transfers out of $560,000 for the Verigy project lighting project. And then again, the $500,000 for the juvenile justice infrastructure grant for existing detention. Current year appropriations to date are $500,000 and remaining budget appropriations are $1.5 million. Your balance available for future projects in this division is just over $8 million. Your next fund is your capital fund of the Sheriff Division vehicles. And you will see that we've had some expenses on one of the vehicles approved for the 2025 year. However, that is just the purchase of the vehicle. We do not have the upfit scheduled in there yet. You will see the payments further below. Those are our legacy costs when we were leasing vehicles, and this is the last year for those legacy costs. As you move down, you will see the current year appropriations to date are $101,000. Excuse me, with the remaining budget appropriations, $303,900. Whew, excuse me. You will also see that there is a negative balance of $32,553. We are looking at these legacy costs falling off as well as capital sale assets to further adjust that in if a budget adjustment is needed as we move through the 2025 year. Moving on to the capital fund Tecumseh product site. We had some issues with some gophers. So we've had a expense of $292.52. Current year appropriations to date are $4,250 and remaining budget appropriations are $12,750. Balance available for future projects is $16,268. You'll probably start to see movement in this division as the weather warms up and we start mowing and things of that nature. And that is the end of the financials. I will answer any questions if there are any.
Any questions of the finance report? I guess I have one that was who is in charge of the gopher traps?
That would be our amazing building and grounds team.
Amazing building and grounds team. All right. We will get to that, I guess, under building and grounds, any more questions on the finance report? All right, hearing none, we have arrived at said building and grounds maintenance division. Mr. Meehan? All right.
Good morning.
Morning.
We continue to have several projects going on all over the county buildings. At the jail facility, the booking renovation project is nearing completion. We still have some flooring and some glass to take care of. Hope to have that wrapped up soon. The interior painting project, they were just doing some touch-up work there. That may even be completed as of today because they were really close to finishing that up. The shower epoxy project, that continues. Hope to have that done by the end of the month, probably in the next couple of weeks. The sheriff's department, we've gotten the okay to have the supplemental HVAC installed for dispatch. So next week we'll begin planning to have that project get started. The judicial building, the carpet project continues. It's been quite the process, going every floor, going through all the suites, moving the furniture out, getting the carpet done, moving it back in. But we hope to have that wrapped up by the end of this month as well. The interior painting project has been completed there. We also have the Verigy lighting project countywide for our buildings ongoing, getting close to wrapping that up. Just a couple more buildings to take care of. We have had some discrepancies with color temperatures. We needed brighter colors here, cooler colors there. So we're working with Verigy to kind of get those worked out to make everybody happy, or try to make everybody happy.
Good luck.
We've had our mechanical vendor do backflow preventer testing and CSD1 inspections for our boilers in all of our buildings to get those done for the year. Human Services Building, the DHHS renovation is nearing completion. Finally. Just a few minor things there to hammer out, and that'll be all complete and have everybody moved in. As you're well aware, the detention project ongoing at the campus. We're getting close to the halfway point there, pretty close to the halfway point there. So things are moving right on schedule. And we're still waiting for some things to come together to get the administration building there back up and running after the water damage. So, and that pretty much is a pretty good overview of all we've got going on.
All right, fantastic. Any questions of building and grounds maintenance?
So,
Mr. Van Dorn?
well, there was a new leak at Marie Spear, but it was minor. Is that right? New roof leak?
That is correct. There was another small leak with all the rain. We had the roofer come out yesterday. And they identified where the leak was coming from, and as soon as the roof surface gets dry, they're gonna come out and take care of that leak as well, so. Hasn't been a great experience with that contractor thus far, so.
I heard. Thank you.
Any additional questions of building and grounds? Hearing none, seeing none. We have item B, announcement, Deputy Administrator Elliott.
We have a sad announcement for Lenawee County, but a very happy announcement for Superintendent Tim Meehan. Mr. Meehan, after numerous years of service for Lenawee County, will be leaving us at the end of May, excuse me. Sorry. I was trying to help you out there, Tim. In May, excuse me. His current position has been posted and we are receiving candidates. Mr. Meehan will be assisting in interviewing and selecting that candidate. But again, it will be a sad day to see him leave, but we wish you much luck and happy sunsets moving forward.
I don't know if we'll approve that motion.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
I'm sure we will.
All right. Well, thank you for your service, Mr. Meehan. It's been a pleasure to work with you over the last couple of years in my role, and we've loved the tours you've given Dr. Van Dorn and myself over there, and teaching us a lot. So thank you, sir. We'll still see you around. All right. Moving along, Drain Commission report.
Thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have the account balance summary as of the end of February for our lake levels, drains, revolving maintenance. And that's just all the current balances in each of these accounts. If you have any questions on those.
What wonderful. Any questions of the Drain Commission report?
No, maybe Kara should just introduce herself. She's our new Deputy Drain Commissioner, so we'd welcome her in her new position. She's been here a number of years though, right?
Yes, over 22 years. Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service. We actually at the previous meeting, we're talking about drones and stuff. And so we're looking for continuous advancements here in county government. So thank you for your service. Moving along, updates in other business, MSC renovations.
As you heard from the Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Lenawee, we are right on schedule with the progress of the project at a 48% completion rate right now. Same on the budget. We're tracking collaboratively with both, again, the progress as well as the expenditures. We have lots of walls up now, which is great. We have flooring down in all sectors. We have yet to move the corridor to connecting the expansion to the administrator's building. But we do have some pads going down for the generator. We do have a roof on with planks and things of that nature. However, we have not been able to seal and finish that as Mother Nature has not been kind to us with the water. And we have to have at least 2 days dry on that roof to be able to seal, to get that so that we don't have water coming into the interior of the building. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the walkthrough that was scheduled for yesterday. However, Granger is right now proposing a scheduled walkthrough of April 24th, in which they will also have MIOSHA on scene, as well as providing things, a food truck for everyone to participate in. But I will get further information out as I speak and continue to speak with Granger to see what that walkthrough looks like.
Mr. Van Dorn.
Just because there's a few other things going on the date of the 24th, there'll be a secondary walkthrough for those that want to do it, the date of their meeting, May 7th. So there'll be, if any of the commissioners can't make the 24th, the 7th, they're welcome to join the board of directors of Maurice Spear for a tour.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Mr. Van Dorn. Moving along, any questions? Moving along, item B, Tecumseh Products Site and staging for consumers.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this to your attention. There's really no action items needed here. We were contacted by Consumers Energy as they're going to be doing a project in the city of Tecumseh this year. And we're looking to stage some of their trucks in an area that would be close to their project site. So they were inquiring about whether they could stage them at the Tecumseh Products location. I have reached out to Jason Smith from Tecumseh Products as well as City Manager Dan Swallow to see if they had any concerns about having those vehicles there. We do have some areas that we would not want the vehicles to be on if we choose to engage in this agreement. And so I'm trying to get back in touch with the gentleman who is reaching out, but right now Consumers is a little busy. And so we'll be waiting until they clear up a lot of the storm damage to see what that looks like. They are agreeing to potentially rent some space for the couple months that they may need it during the summer for the project that they have there. So just wanted to let you know that's something that we're working on in the event you do see Consumers trucks on the property. They're not doing work on the property. They would just be staging there in the evenings or over the weekends.
What project are they working on?
It's a project in the city of Tecumseh. I did not ask Dan what his specific project was.
Mr. Van Dorn?
It's most likely that area they have just across from our property where they have their electrical coming in probably.
I don't know if it's the Quarters project, which is I think the one that you're referring to. I did not ask what the project was specifically. I'm more concerned about the number of vehicles, what it looks like, the length of time, and if we allow it, what that looks like as far as access to the property and where they would park. I do know that the project that you're referencing is due to, going to be starting demolition at the 1st of May on that property north of the Tecumseh Products site. I'm in preparation for that project to move forward.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Mhm.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, moving along to item B, the new environmental team.
So as you know, we've heard from an environmental team that's been part of the project out at Tecumseh Products since they've been doing the remediation work out there. For whatever the reasons, they may be looking at moving to a different environmental team. They are still vetting that process out. When I say they, I mean Tecumseh Products is still vetting that process out, what that would look like. But Mr. Smith did advise me that if that move is made, we may see different types of activity on the property where the current environmental team has a plan of how to take care of the contaminants that are there. The new team coming on may feel that there's an alternative way of doing things. So it was referenced that we may see some irrigation going on. We may see other vehicles on the property as they pivot on the way that they may be doing some remediation. So that decision has not been finalized yet, but I'm hoping to be able to meet with Jason Smith in the not too distant future to get an update on what that might look like. So just wanted to let you know, because I know that that particular piece of property is being discussed quite a bit right now, and wanted to make sure that you're aware that there were some things going on the property.
Thanks. Dr. Van Dorn?
So I take it for the administrator, that's all coordinated with Eagle and federal government and the.
Yep, that is a Tecumseh Products responsibility to make sure that they are making those coordinations correctly. Yes, and they are still having meetings with all of the acronyms of all of the various departments at the federal and state level on a regular basis, as it applies to what Tecumseh Products is doing for the remediation, as well as how that may or may not impact the project to the north of the property, because that project also has some environmental issues that they need to take care of. So they're all working together on that.
If we're done with that, can we discuss another matter with Tecumseh Products property?
Yes, Mr. Van Dorn.
Thank you. So can the administrator coordinate a meeting with our committee? We still have a special committee appointed of the chairman of the board, the vice chairman, chairman of Ways and Means, and Commissioner Stimpson, because it's his district with Tecumseh. So I'd like to see if we can get a meeting arranged. Then they have some activity going on that they wanted to make us aware of, that we want to be aware of, and bringing it back to the rest of the commissioners so that we know where we're going here, or what the plan is moving forward. So could you coordinate, see if we can get those people together? And I'd like to do it here at the county.
Already on it. I was
Okay.
actually working with Jason Smith this morning. We had had another updated conversation. I speak with him quite often to find out when he would next be in town, because I think it would be very valuable to have him at that joint meeting to give an update on what is happening with the Tecumseh Products remediation. So we'll be looking to see when he's going to be back in town. He comes in quite often and is usually here for anywhere between a couple days to a week. And so I'm looking to see when he will be back so that we can hopefully get a time that will work for both of those groups of individuals.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, we've moved along to public comment period. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Hearing none, seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Oh, so move.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Van Doren.
Whoever.
Whoever.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. We are adjourned.